crime show, like a. Las Vegas Light Soccer is presented by Estrella Jalisco. Enjoy responsibly. By Hot 97.5 FM, today's hottest music. By Great Clips, it's gonna be great. And by Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, USL Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for your starting 11 for your Las Vegas Lights FC. Please help me welcome like we do every.
The Llamas are in the house in Las Vegas, and tonight presented by the Castro Verde Law Group. It's Las Vegas Lights FC hosting Sacramento Republic. Hello again, Matt Peterson with the former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. Short turnaround, Andrew, for both these teams. Sacramento coming off a 4-0 win on Wednesday. Vegas bouncing back from a 1-0 defeat.
Yeah, and back to Cashman in the heat, so anything can happen. We know that. The Lights are obviously very difficult to beat here against top of the conference in Sacramento, who will come very confident after a win in midweek of 4-0 victory. So they'll be flying, but at Cashman anything can happen, and the Lights will hopefully try and get that first win at home this year.
Yeah, Las Vegas is looking for the upset to do so. They'll need a big performance from Andrew Carlton. He's been very good as of late, playing in a variety of roles in midfield.
Yes, since he moved into that number 10 spot, he's been outstanding. He's got on the score sheet, and he's just been linking up play very, very well. I think he might be a little bit higher up the pitch tonight, at more of a striker, back on that left-hand side again. But that man, Tabor Teka, fed him in for this goal, and yeah, Carlton's been impressive, and he's been one of the bright spots for the Lights in the last few weeks.
And Carlton's shouldering some of the offensive load as of late. For Sacramento, a great transfer pickup. Russell Cicerone was awesome in Pittsburgh the last few years. He's carried that form with 11 goals in his first season with Sacramento.
Yeah, he has great pedigree, doesn't he? He's had many good seasons now in the USL, and a great pickup for Sacramento. And one of the reasons they're top of the conference, they've been flying, and when someone's got 11 goals for you up top, then it really helps the team win games.
He had 31 the last 2 years with Pittsburgh, 11 already in the California capital. Lineups and kickoff on a hot night in Las Vegas. The kiddie pools being put to great use.
Attention, local sports fans and business owners. Las Vegas Lights Pro Soccer is offering an amazing flat rate bulk ticket offer for local businesses. Regardless of the total number of employees you have, everyone and a guest can attend Lights FC matches for one super low flat rate. Only $1,799 for the season, or $399 for individual games. That's the best value in Vegas sports. Visit lightsfc.com/business package to learn more. Viva Lights!
As a Great Clips salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
I love Findlay Chevy. I mean, it's just a fun place to hang out. Woo! Woo! You never know what you're going to see here. Woo!
That's extra.
These guys at Findlay, they know how to party.
Findlay, Findlay Chevy is a place to buy. Home of the...
Woo!
Las Vegas Lights Soccer is presented by the Castro Verde Law Group, where they treat you like family. By Zero Fatalities Nevada. Take a stand and sign the pledge at zerofataliesnv.com. And by White Castle, because the crave is a powerful thing. Las Vegas Lights line up under Isidro Sanchez, first-year head coach. Dolan gets another start up top. He started against Oakland Roots midweek. Tabor Teka on the right, Carlton on the left. Same attack as Wednesday. Teka actually came off the bench the first time in a long time. For Sacramento Republic, just one change from the team that won 4-0 on Wednesday. And Cicerone, the league's leading goal scorer, up top with Lewis and Keko. Chris Ruska is our referee tonight. Las Vegas beat Sacramento last September in Las Vegas looked for another win against the visitors. We've documented the challenges this season for Las Vegas, losing Kubo Torres, losing Pato Faz, getting Darling in on loan from New Mexico United. He gets his second straight start tonight, his first home start. Here we go from Las Vegas. And here we go, a false start. And now we're set to go. Las Vegas is in black. Sacramento is in white. 103 degrees at kickoff from Las Vegas, Nevada. And Andrew Driver, what will you be watching for early on in this one?
Just see how Sacramento come and play. They're obviously a victory in midweek. They're top of the conference, but they've had only one win in 5 games, so they might not be as fluid as they have been earlier in the season. So the Lights, if they put them under pressure, can hopefully get a fast start to the game. But it's a tough ask from the Lights. Bottom versus top is always a difficult game.
It's been tough for Las Vegas as of late. They've conceded the first goal in each of the last 4 games, and they fought back very well, but it's been a real tough effort, falling behind time and again inside 30 minutes.
Yeah, you give yourself a huge mountain to climb, don't you, when you go behind, and the Lights have unfortunately made it a habit, and they just need to try and prevent those issues, and that looks like a real sore one for Timothy Zali.
Zali's down behind the play. Now the whistle is blown. A free kick is given, but more importantly, an injured Lights player, Zali, is looked at by the goalkeeper Leo Diaz.
I hope he's okay, but he's gone to ground, and his knees just, there's no giving the surface, and he's just hit a divot, as you can see there. And luckily he's walking away fine. I think he's probably a little bit more shocked, if anything, of what it did. If you come here, he's gone in for the tackle, and his knees just sorry for laughing, but it's just stopped him in his tracks, hasn't it?
Zali is okay. And the Swiss center back scored his first goal for Las Vegas in the previous homestand, 3 games in 8 days. He's also on loan for New Mexico United. So you have 2 loanees at the center back position and center forward position. Darling made his debut in the last home game off the bench. He started on Wednesday in the 1-0 defeat against Oakland. He starts again tonight. Pato Faz out for the season with an Achilles injury. Kubo Torres no longer with the team. And flying across to head away is the captain, Zach Carroll.
Sacramento are going to play this 3-5-2 formation, so they have 3 central defenders and 2 wing backs. For those 2 wing backs, it's going to be a massive shift for them today. They've got to go up and down, and they provide the width for Sacramento. If they tire and the width doesn't come, it can be a long night, because we know Cashman is quite a tight field, and you've got to try and get width to get in behind the opposition.
So you're saying it's tough to be, it may be harder to be a wing back on a narrow field than on a wide field?
Yeah, because you just don't get that space. You have to give the width. Cashman have said it's tough because you have to go up and down, and it's hard to do that. And in the heat of Las Vegas, you're obviously not going to be able to do that for 90 minutes. And you're bringing the width for your team. If everything's too central at Cashman, you struggle. You need to find those wide areas of where the danger comes from. You have to make the pitch as big as possible.
Free kick is given. Bortataka earns the free kick. He's been excellent this season. Great engine, great effort, relentless running. Here he is running the free kick. Something we don't see him in that back to goal role very often.
I was saying, yeah, similar to last week, he is playing a little bit more central. I don't know if that's because they want to keep Carlton central as well. Maybe just have the 3 of them in and around that area. So you've got Doling, to Bortateka and Carlton. Because I think the the coach would want to keep Carlton central because he's been much more effective there, and potentially just have him in behind to Bortateka, Preston and Doling, and have the 2 strikers up front, as you can see here in that shape.
Play on. Vegas will. Here comes Ingram from distance, just past the near upper corner. Great hit from Justin Ingram.
This is a difficult skill because he's picked up that ball, Ingram, and he's running with pace, and he didn't need to steady himself. He just kept up that pace and struck it so well, and for a second I thought it was in the back of the net.
Patient build here from Sacramento. They're trying to find their footing on the road. Andres Jimenez out, and Zazu went to ground a few times. Could not come away with the ball. Now it's Keko, the 31-year-old from Madrid. All the way back to the veteran, Denny Vitiello. A break on Wednesday for Vitiello. And a break here for Sacramento up this right side. 2 joining in the box. It's a good curling ball, but it's right to the Argentine, Leo Diaz.
That was impressive build-up from Sacramento. They started off slow, passing out from the back, and then eventually they found a way to beat the press, and Cicerone picked up the pass, and he's drilled a 45-yard diagonal over to the right-hand side, and the way that they just played that out from the back was very impressive.
All right, keys to the game for you, Andrew, presented by Finlay Chevy.
I think we're beating the dead horse for the Lights. They need to score first. We've seen them come back in games. Can they score first and be in the ascendancy early on? Doling's opportunity, they need a number 9. They've got that. He's got that opportunity up there to now go in and take that spot for himself, and the Lights need a goal scorer up there.
And the strong start was on witness Wednesday. Impressive 4-0 at halftime. Sacramento led Phoenix. They matched a club record for 4 first-half goals. And they've now scored 22 first-half goals out of the 35 total. There's a good cross knocked away by Diaz and cleared. Andrew, I mean, statistically, you normally score more after halftime when teams wear down, when you bring those subs on. 22 first-half goals is very impressive.
Yeah, that means they start well. You've seen them already tonight. They're very good in possession. They've created a couple of chances. They've got in behind the Lights defence. And if you score that many in the first half, it might be a sign that by the time the second half comes, you can take your foot off the gas a little bit and just manage the game.
Their goal difference, the best in the West, plus 20. They enter the weekend, 4-point lead over San Antonio. And the injury report, that's one of the keys to the game. We saw Pato Faz is out for the year with an Achilles, but a total of 5 names on the injury report. Lopez, Luis Felipe, Sebastian Herrera, who scored against Las Vegas last year. And Nick Ross, Brigadere as well.
6, Matt.
Yep. Just making sure you're paying attention.
But no, it's no surprise though, is it? We're at that time of the year. You're in the summer, you're in the heat. This is where the injuries come. So the Lights are actually pretty lucky. They've only got that one injury. They've managed to manage the minutes fairly well, keep the injuries away. But for Sacramento, we've seen how strong their team is. They may be one of the squads that can handle a few injuries.
And there are very few changes from the team that won 4-0 against Phoenix. One change as Connor Donovan comes into the team for Ferretti Sosa. So a short turnaround, but when you win 4-0, hard to change much of the team.
No, I as a player, when we won a game, I would expect the team to stay the same, and it seems like Sosa might be injured, so that is a forced change. If I was a coach, I would be the same. Once you win a game, just keep things fluid, keep it the same.
A notable win for Mark Briggs on Wednesday, his 50th at the helm of Sacramento Republic. Congratulations to him. Longest tenured coach, up to 50 wins. He's had 2 Coach of the Month distinctions in the USL Championship in the last 2 years total. We've seen different versions of Las Vegas Lights this year. Early on, very direct, unabashedly direct. And now we're seeing them play a little bit more at times like this, trying to build slowly. And it's turned over in midfield.
It's been a little bit bizarre, hasn't it? That was close to being outside the box. It has been a little bit bizarre because they have played really well in the last few weeks. They just haven't managed to find that win. And we mentioned it in the last broadcast that the Lights, all they really need to do now to make themselves very competitive is to stop giving up silly goals. Like, stop the little mistakes that are putting yourself in a hole in games. Because going forward, the creating chances, you've got Tabata Teka Preston, who can create chances from anywhere, and Carlton, who's been playing well. So the Lights they have the ability and they have the squad to do it. It's just cut those mistakes out and you'll win a few games.
On the road Wednesday, a 1-0 defeat. They conceded late in that one. 76th minute winning goal from Oakland Roots, but the prior game was Hartford Athletic. Hartford came to town. They got a 23rd minute goal from Torres. 81st minute closing goal from Kyle Edwards. But these early goals have been a theme. Juan Agudelo goal for Birmingham just past the half-hour mark in the prior game. They have fought back quite well. That Birmingham game, they trailed 2-0. Tied at 2-2. Fell behind again and then got the Pato Faz tying goal 90+3. Did the similar trick against New Mexico United just a few days prior. Falling behind 2-0 and again fighting back. A U.S. Bank coach can help you understand the why behind personal and financial decisions you make, taking into consideration your emotions, behaviors, and the relationship, personal, professional, financial needs, and your goals. Leo Diaz buying some time, draws minimal pressure there from Zico Lewis. It's won by Preston. Stauffer with a knuckling hit. It's spilled, and it's still in the box. Good hit from Luke Stauffer. We have not said his name yet, but he popped up at the right time there. There's a shot that's blocked. Shouts for a handball. It was off the foot of Ingram. But the referee had a good view and saw nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nice from Stauffer, wasn't it? Just a nice little a strike from 20 yards. There wasn't much in the box. He usually likes to go for a cross in that situation. And again, Ingram getting himself a little bit further forward today. He's had a couple of strikes already. You see it, Stauffer, no cross angle for it, so why not have a little bit of a hit? And this is what happens if you hit it low and hard across the goalkeeper. There's always the opportunity for the rebound, and Dolling wasn't far away from that.
And now a break the other way. Jensen in the box. And it's cleared off the line. He saves a goal. It would have been the 12th of the year for Russell Cicerone as he danced around Leo Diaz, but the defenders help out Diaz and clear it off the line to save a goal.
Yeah, he's going to be wondering how he didn't score, isn't he? He's done all the hard work. He's gone round the goalkeeper, round the defenders, and he's hit it well. But magnificent defending from the Lights. Putting the body on the line, saying this, we're the last line of defence, and just fortunately blocking one.
Headed away by Stauffer, but not all the way out. Kept in by Desmond. Another shot blocked. Here is Lee Desmond, the Irish outside back. A good feint there. He got the bite there from Stauffer. Now Desmond flashes one across the 6-yard box. And it's out for a throw-in. Good work from Sacramento, though, with two going to the same spot.
I don't know why Desmond crossed that so quickly there. He had so much time. He had free space to go into to draw more defenders. He's tried to hit it early and just didn't give his attackers time to get in there.
Far side throw-in for Las Vegas. 104 degrees of kickoff. They take their time before these throw-ins. Catch their breaths. Free kick is given to Sacramento. A foul one there by Jared Timmer, the Michigan native. A patient build here. Arnold Lopez, 250 appearances for him with Sacramento.
They've started the game. They're very comfortable just going back and then forward, Sacramento. They don't always try and force the issue. Oh, that's nice.
And now it's in. Off his line is Diaz. As Zico Lewis was trying to get to it, his hands in his head. He thought he should have maybe got there a little sooner.
It's just a magnificent awareness from Keiko there on the right-hand side. He's taken his first touch was outstanding. He knew Lewis was making that run through the middle. If Lewis takes a good touch there, he's in and he's scoring a goal. But just the awareness from Zico to find the runner was outstanding.
Here comes Stauffer. Good energy from him inside for Preston, but a good step to win it back for Sacramento. Nice build up his left side. It's Russell Cicerone. Dispossessed. Good work from Carroll, who just stood him up. And now it's falling back this way for Lee Desmond. Desmond surveys, crosses, and Diaz has it covered.
Sacramento, when they throw bodies forward, they seem to be creating opportunities, don't they? The Lights' defense is a little bit exposed. You've got Cicerone on the left, you've got Zico Lewis in the middle, and Keiko on the right-hand side, and they're kind of playing 1v1 against this Lights defense, and you see there that it was just an easy giveaway from the Lights, and Sacramento have 3v3 going forward. You need to have a little bit more cover as a team. When you're exposed against a good team, you need defensively to be one man up at all times, and the Lights don't seem to be that right now.
Good first touch from Darling. Darling will spin, and he's dispossessed. Took it out of the air beautifully. Now Carlton. Crossing from the left. Headed back from Preston. And Sacramento able to clear. Stauffer, another long distance strike. That one's blocked as well. A yellow card will be shown here.
I think it's to Bushu, and I think that's what you want your defensive midfielders to be doing. That was a chance for Sacramento to break, and Bushu just came across and just a little bit professional, just gave away the free kick but prevented the quick break.
Looks like a hydration break a bit early, it seems, Andrew. 18 minutes in for the hydration break. Normally you go maybe
half the half?
Yeah, 20. Yeah. I mean, I think at least the 20-minute mark. This seems a little earlier than usual, but
it's a wee bit bizarre.
What would you expect to be said down on that Las Vegas sideline?
Just keep going. When you're on the ball, you're doing well. Potentially just be that a little bit more aware defensively. When Sacramento's making those passes, don't dive in, don't throw too many bodies onto the press, because the Sacramento team will beat that press, and when they do that, it's 3v3 at the back.
And on the opposite side for Sacramento,
I think they'll just be happy with how they started the game. Good in possession, they're breaking forward.
Wasn't crystal clear if the yellow's on Bushu or Stauffer. Most likely Bushu, as you said, Andrew, for the reach with the left arm extended.
But it's good defensive midfield, isn't it? You saw Stauffer give the ball away, and that's what you want Bushu to be doing. He needs to be coming across there, sensing the danger, and a foul sometimes can be good.
Back in play after the hydration break. Space for Luke Stauffer. Stauffer takes the space, clips it in. It's headed wide.
Unfortunate for Stauffer, wasn't it? You saw the three guys at the back post, all with their arm up looking for the ball, and he's almost. It's a difficult skill that when you're running forward to try to get that chip and the loft, and he almost got enough power on it to get to the back to the three on-rushing attackers.
It was to Jacob Bushu, yellow card before the hydration break for stopping the breakout for Keko.
You see Sacramento happy to just sit there in their formation. They're not going to press you. They're going to let the lights have enough time, and then when the ball gets over the halfway line, that's when they will start the press. Don't want to. You're in this 100-degree heat. You don't want to waste a lot of energy by pressing in needless areas.
Trying to target Preston in behind. Picked up by Vitiello.
I'm not sure about Preston being more central. I really like him coming from out wide and then going into the space. When you're central, you kind of lose that space to run into, and we know how good he is when he gets up to speed. Since tonight so far, the times he's had the ball, he's going back to his own goal. You want Teka Preston getting the ball, turning and running at defenders. Even starting wide doesn't mean they're not going to get into attacking areas.
Throw in here for Lee Desmond. Cicerone, central. Entry ball there from Lopez is well cleared. Stauffer finds Carlton. Carlton bumbled over. Hard foul there for Matt LaGrassa. Yellow card to LaGrassa.
That's an erratic tackle, wasn't it? Just bundled's the right word, straight into Carlton. It's an easy decision for the referee. But good, obviously, here's the foul. The ball into Carlton. It was a good touch to take it away from LaGrassa, but he committed, and there was no going back at that point. But talking about Mark Briggs as a coach, he's obviously done very well. 50 wins. Just a small thing. When they took a throw in there, they had a set piece for a throw in. And that for me it's the small things in football, but they had a little movement that guaranteed they had the ball. That for me is a coach that goes into the smallest details, and it can make a huge difference. When a team keeps easy possession from a throw-in, you keep more possession, and little things like that go a long way in soccer.
If you had to guess, put you on the spot here, what percentage of your coaches would develop a set piece from a throw-in like in that moment?
Oh, it was 20%,
wow.
Not many. And we would do different movements in different areas. So the number one person was Craig Levine when I was at Hearts in Scotland. Every area of the pitch they had a throw in, and it was a little movement that you couldn't defend, because you were basically, what's the saying in basketball when you block it? You're basically setting a pick to get the ball. And not many coaches would do that, but it can be the little parts of the game make a huge difference. And the aim was to get the ball from the side we were on to the opposite side, and then you have to stretch the whole pitch, and it worked the majority of the time.
See this challenge. Timothy Zali stepping on the ankle. He's in the book.
Yeah, it's not a yellow card for me. I thought from that angle there, it looked like a pretty fair challenge, wasn't it? You want your defender to be doing that, but a yellow card for something so innocuous, not for me.
Good clipped in ball in front of Cicerone, shielded off well, good defending. And it was touched. It is a corner kick to Sacramento Republic. So maybe on the way towards the end line as he tried to shield it.
It was another design set piece, wasn't it? Cicerone running across the defenders to try and get into that little channel. I honestly didn't see where the corner came from. I thought Cicerone maybe just stretched a little bit too much to control the ball.
They are really crowding the goalkeeper. Leo Diaz here with 7 inside the penalty area. They pull it back, and it's on goal and wide of goal. That was a beautiful design set piece. It fell to Jack Gurr, the Newcastle native.
Another one, another design piece. We were just talking about throw-ins a minute ago, and this one's clever, isn't it? They took all the defenders into the 6-yard box on top of the goalkeeper, feigning a whipped ball on top of him, and then Jack Gurr just came out and they pulled it back to the 6-yard box, and unfortunately it wasn't on target.
Flip towards the corner. A real misdirection play on that set piece. I'll put you on the spot again. Best coach you ever had designing set pieces and corners?
It was the same one. Every Friday before a game on the Saturday we would do, training wasn't much. You play a little 5-a-side game and then you would probably do an hour of set pieces, which in Scotland when it was freezing cold was not something you wanted to do, but every game we did it.
It's fallen to Preston. Preston faces up and he goes from distance. That was pretty ambitious from Preston, 35 yards away.
Yeah, the first time we've actually seen him get the ball and turn and run at the defenders, though, so a little bit of space for Preston to get into. I think as the game goes on, hopefully that the space will start to open up in that area. We haven't seen him on the ball much. We know the Lights need him on the ball if they want to win the game. So as the game goes on, hopefully those spaces will widen for him to get on it.
Good play in central midfield here from Sacramento Republic. Here's Keko spinning out of it with Zeko Lewis. Here is Lewis. Lewis faces up. Good driven ball right towards the spot. It's cleared. Going back to that moment from Preston there. And these are proud professionals. They've won one game all season. And I'm not saying they're being selfish time and again, but I think the long losing streak has led to moments of maybe some selfishness in the offensive third. Would you agree?
I'm not sure you would say it was selfishness. I could see why you would say selfishness, but a desperation maybe a little bit. And especially for Preston, you can see he is literally the man, isn't he? Yes. He is the one that can make it happen for them. So that's a lot of pressure for him to have. So he opens up in that position. He probably feels he needs to make that strike.
Yeah, selfishness probably isn't the best word for me. I probably mean less of a understanding of your teammates and less of a dependence on a teammate, whereas maybe a better moment there is passing to a teammate. He's going for goal from that distance.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you start overthinking. When you start overthinking things in sport, it doesn't work. You have to. Everything has to flow. You have to be working together, and when confidence is there, that happens. But when you're on a run like the Lights are, everything's getting overthought.
Yeah, it feels like maybe the attacking players trying to do too much time and again, because we've seen a lot of shots like that the last few games.
Yeah, Carlton was liable for a few of them in one game as well, and not coming close. Maybe not making the simple pass when they have confidence they would do naturally. But the good news is the Lights are actually getting those opportunities right now, because early in the season they just didn't really look like scoring.
29 minutes gone, scoreless. Sacramento Republic and Las Vegas. Best chance so far. Russell Cicerone just missed his 12th goal of the season, cleared off the line after he rounded the goalkeeper Leo Diaz. Been a physical game, a lot of yellow cards shown, a lot of free kicks given. This one is a small foul at midfield. As Gurr mixes it up there with Dalling in his 3rd game on loan for New Mexico United.
It has been more physical than a lot of the games we've seen Art Cashman this year.
Jack Gurr, perfect name for a Newcastle native.
Jack, I don't get
it.
it.
Stretch, it just sounds like someone from Newcastle, England.
It's a name I've never heard of, so
yeah.
I couldn't comment. Jack would be on point.
Yes. Played for Aberdeen.
One of my former clubs. He played more games than I did for them.
Yeah.
I got 1 hour one time, and that was enough for the coach, apparently. Shipped out 3 months later.
You left at the top.
I did get an assist, so I thought I did really well. Turned up on the Monday, the coach told me I can just go home for the weekend.
So you had an assist in your only appearance, and he didn't give you another chance.
No, that was it. Gone. Which I was happy with because I didn't particularly like living up there.
Yes.
So
and then the greener pastures of the Netherlands followed.
that was the next club, yeah.
Cross comes in from the right. It's a diving header, and it's in! Russell Cicerone, a gorgeous goal. His 12th on the season. And that is why he leads the USL Championship in scoring.
And for me, it's all about the cross into the box. It's absolutely on the money in the perfect spot. And that man's on fire this season. He is not missing a header from 6 yards out. But what a goal from Sacramento. It's been quiet for the last 5 minutes. Great ball out to Kiko. He's looked into the box, a great ball into the space. Where's the defence? And Cicerone's beat Bushu. The defenders are wide open, and a free header from 6 yards out is hard to defend.
He had his goal cleared off the line about 10 minutes ago. There is a clean dozen for Cicerone. What a shrewd pickup from Pittsburgh. 31 goals the last 2 seasons. And they were just rated this offseason. Alex Dixon scoring goals for fun in Monterey. And now Cicerone makes it 12.
It's that time again, 30 minutes in. It's around the same time every week that the Lights have been giving up a goal. You can't start games fair, and that comes to me to just switching off. You can concentrate to 15 minutes, and then the team just doesn't concentrate. And again, the defence got pulled all over the shop there. And the top goal scorer in the league to get a diving header from 6 yards with not a defender in sight is it's not easy to defend, is it?
Beautiful cross around Mitrano.
For me there, Stauffer has to be communicating. Zach Carroll needs to be further back in line. The defence is all over the place.
Yeah, that's it. Wide midfielder Jacob Bushu acting as a center back because the center backs have vacated the space.
Yeah, the space has been left, and you've got to stay in the line. Zach Carroll's about 5 yards ahead of Timothy Zali. There's 2 options. Zali either moves 5 yards forward or Zach comes in and marks the space. But even with that said, Stauffer still needs to come in and see the danger. As the right back, the man behind him isn't the issue. The man, Cicerone, who's going to the 6 yard box, is the man you've got to block. Bushu obviously should have tracked his runner but didn't. As a defender, you've got to think defence first.
Now back in play after the goal. It felt like a second hydration break there after the first was given after 18 minutes. But Sacramento has the lead. 5th straight home game. Las Vegas has allowed a first half goal and fallen behind. They fought back quite well. Polling results. They came from 2 goals down twice in a row earlier in July. But it's the theme we have talked about every single game is these first half goals conceded. And Sacramento continues to be the best first half team in the league. That's 23 first half goals. 23 of their 36 have come before halftime. They had 4 in the first half on Wednesday against Phoenix. Nice layoff there. Here's Cicerone.
He has looked good, Cicerone, though. Even on the ball, he's got real nice. He's good on the feet, good on the ball. He looks strong as well. And the link-up play from these Sacramento attackers has been impressive.
Desmond has some time and space. He's been active on that left side all the way back to Vitiello. Really getting Las Vegas stretched out here as they try and chase this game.
You can tell, we've talked about the set pieces being well coached, but you see when they're in possession like this team goes through phases of play. Like all the movement is all in tandem. And you see how much time they get each other on the ball because they're all moving. They know where each other's going to be every time when they're in different positions.
Free kick is given. Mark Briggs had his hand stretched to ask for that call, and it comes.
But you see the lights are struggling to get close to them.
Yep.
When Sacramento gets into this rhythm, the movement's just meaning the lights can't lay a glove on them.
Keko earns the foul from Madrid, 31 years of age. A former Atletico Madrid Academy product. And well traveled across Spain, Real Valladolid, Deportivo La Coruña, and Malaga. Seems like a lot of delays, Andrew, over routine set pieces here.
The referee gave a yellow card with the first tackle of the game, I think, and the game slowed down quite a lot as it's gone on. And when a referee sets the standard early by throwing a yellow card out there, this is what happens.
A little talking to for one of the staff members, pleading his innocence. It's interesting because Sacramento earned the free kick, but they seem to be most displeased, maybe asking for a yellow card for that challenge.
And now that it looks like the referee's going over to the opposite side.
Isidro Sanchez, Las Vegas head coach in his first season. His frustration is mounted this season. The one win came at Phoenix. A surprise win on the road. They have yet to win at home, but the difficulty, we must reiterate every game, Andrew, of building an entire team from scratch, an entirely new roster. And you're facing a team in Sacramento that went to the U.S. Open Cup final last year. That's several players have been on the squad 5, 6, 7 years. And now another yellow card comes out. This one to Andrew Carlton. Third issued to Las Vegas, fourth overall issued in this first half.
There's a lot of frustration in this one. Like, I don't even see how that's a yellow card. Like, it's only just a free kick, isn't it? He's taken a bad touch and he's stretched a little bit, but the Sacramento players are trying to say that he's gone over the top of the ball and raked his studs down his shin. That did not happen. He's stretched a little bit. He might have not got to it, but I don't think it's a yellow card.
There's nothing
there. Has
there.
Even touched him. Like, you can see the studs up when they go over the ball, and you can see instantly that one. His foot's hit the ground.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Andrew Carlton took it so well.
Yes. Headed clearance. Comes from Zach Carroll, and now it's away from Stauffer.
Again, it's a long ball to Preston. You don't want to take a Preston going up for headers. You want him in the space, picking up the ball to feet and running at defenders. And this Lights performance has been more disjointed than it has been in the last few weeks.
And you see just the moments, the patterns of play, even there. It falls into the defensive midfielder. He knows immediately he's got a center back behind him. The Sacramento team, it's not a surprise they're atop the West.
No, you can see the way they're playing. They play well together. They're well shaped. They're good in phases of play and well coached.
U.S. Bank coaches hold sessions at no cost, virtually and in person, with clients all across the United States. To set up an appointment with the coach, visit usbank.com/coaching. Russell Cicerone, 31st minute goal, his 12th of the season. Keko had the assist atop a goal-scoring lead for the entire league. His former teammate at Pittsburgh, Albert Dikwa, on 10 goals. Artiaga with Phoenix also has 10. Andres Jimenez on Nzazu escapes the danger. Back for Zali. And this team is unbeaten when they score first. On the year, Sacramento 10 wins, 3 draws when scoring the opening goal. And their first half prowess continues. They have 10 goals inside the first 15 minutes of games, most in the league.
They started this game well as well, didn't they? They've been so professional with everything they've done in the game so far. Started well, and then just maintained the tempo as the game's gone on. And you see here, when they know they're not going to have the ball, just settle into a shape and save the legs a little bit. Everyone seems to be on the same page.
Diagonal ball cut out. LaGrassa goes down easily. He's given a free kick, and the frustration continuing for Las Vegas. Now LaGrassa back to his feet. They like to play up this left side, and here is the goal scorer Cicerone, who came from an offside position. Restart here for Las Vegas. Now Las Vegas have now allowed 20 first half goals this year in 21 games. Only Memphis have allowed more with 22. And they're in games, Andrew. We look at the schedule, you look at every game. It's not like they're getting blown out. They're losing by a goal, a lot of draws, but so many deficits to overcome game in and game out.
And that's what's so frustrating, isn't it? Because they're getting closer, just not finding a way to get over the line.
Here's to Morchidaka Preston. Nice cut back, and it's past the far post. A beautiful little turn there from Preston as he got inside the box and back on his right foot.
It's better though. That's where you want him, isn't it? You want him in those channels. Getting in space. This time he's peeled wide. He hasn't done that much today. Nice cut inside, and I think he just sliced it a little bit off the wrong side of the boot. But unfortunate, and that's what he brings you. You need to get him into those wide areas and getting the ball to feet and turning and running at defenders.
Three goals on the season for Morchidaka Preston. Are they involving Dalling enough? It's his second start on loan from New Mexico United. He's in that center forward position. Has he had enough touches for you?
Well, it's kind of strange because they put him up there with Morchidaka Preston. And I don't know, he just hasn't even seen the ball, has he? I think if you put... The Lights were doing so well with 2 wide players and then 1 central striker. I think that would have brought Dolan into the game a little bit more and freed up Preston. But I think with having them both up there, neither of them have really gotten the ball.
Ingram into the space for Preston. Preston gets there before the end line, pulls it back. Sacramento gets back in good numbers in the box. Here's Andrew Carlton. Ingram. Mitrano's cross. Now Cicerone does the work defensively as well. Shaky back pass to Diaz. Now Leo Diaz, a booming clearance.
I've never seen anyone kick the ball as far as that guy.
Yes.
He just absolutely booms it.
Here's Carlton. Excellent from Carlton. He goes down. Looked like he sort of initiated the contact. And a penalty has been given. A delayed decision there. And a yellow card will be shown, but a penalty for Carleton. And it seemed like the play had kind of transpired before the whistle was blown.
But that's what happens when you run at defenders and make things happen. That's what Carleton's done. He's took the ball and he's thought, I'm going to have a go at this. He's ran at the defenders, he's ran at Arnold, he's cut inside. And it's just that little one there is brilliant. And not much the defender knows what he's doing, but he has caught contact with the face. And Carleton hasn't dove, and anywhere else in the field, I think it's given us a free kick, so the referee's right to give the penalty.
Yeah, looking at that, I think that's the right call. It's a hand to the face in the box from Timmer. So I think in our first look at it, it didn't seem like a penalty, but on that look, it looked like a clear penalty.
It looked a little soft, but what I like from the referee is he took his time.
Yes.
He thought about it, and then he made the decision that it was a penalty.
Carleton goes to the spot, looking for his second goal of the season in first half stoppage time. Andy Vidiello trying to keep it out. Here's Carleton. Smashing finish off the hands of Vidiello. A tying goal for Carleton.
It was a confident penalty, wasn't it, from Andrew Carleton? And I think he just got enough power on it. The goalkeeper's got a good hand onto it, but the power's carried it into the top of the net. But I liked his run up, confident, he knew what he was doing, and the strike is just enough. The goalkeeper's it's one of those where the goalkeeper's wanting that one back, isn't he? Because he thinks he's 9 times out of 10 he's tipping that over the bar.
Yeah, it's almost like Andy Vidiello is too early. His hand is past it and he's coming back. And at that point, it's hard to keep it out. Penalty for Carleton. Las Vegas has its tying goal, and it's a very familiar script. The entire month of July, they fall behind inside 30 minutes. They usually pull a goal back, and we have another even game.
Yeah, this time, I think this is one of the worst performances from the Lights in July so far. I think the rest of the month they've been outstanding. So today I'm a little bit more surprised, but they show character. They show character every week. You mentioned earlier there's been very few blowouts this year. For a team that is bottom of the league with only one win, I think there's only 1 or 2 times they've lost by more than 1 goal. So they definitely know how to stay in the game.
Stoppage time presented by the Jewelers of Las Vegas. Diaz taking his time. Really taking his time here, Andrew.
Well, the onus is on the other team to go and try and close it down. If the Lights are happy to go in at half time, drawing, then why not take your time?
Yeah. Well, it is interesting, though, to see the home team slow it down that much, though,
especially when you've just equalized as well, right? Yes. You're in the ascendancy. The game's just switched.
A free kick is given to Las Vegas. That time it was Arnold Lopez, the Venezuelan, flying up. Cracked into the back of Andrew Carleton.
He's just gone to win the header, hasn't he? There's no malice in it. He's just seen the ball and gone for it. Carleton, being the smaller guy, just stood his ground and ended up taking a whack for it.
As you like to say, that's a sore one?
It's a sore one, yeah. He's put himself about tonight, Carleton, hasn't he? He's been involved in a few. He's got a yellow card, been involved in a few tussles. But he's one of those players that play like that. He's got tight control and he uses his body well and sometimes invites the contact.
Well, we talk about the narrow margins of defeat for Las Vegas as of late. A 1-0 Wednesday at Oakland, a 2-0 at home to Hartford as Carleton tried to backheel it there to Preston. Now it's Ingram. Ingram on his left foot. Off the mark. Had so many score lines of 1-0, 2-1. Many draws this season. They have 8 draws. That's the silver lining on the season. They've only won 1, but they've been competitive in most. Halftime at Cashman Field. An early goal from the Golden Boot leader Russell Cicerone. Diving header canceled out by Carleton's penalty. Andrew Driver, your thoughts on the first 45 minutes?
I think Sacramento were very good to start the game, but the lights just stuck in. Went a goal down again, but they just kept going, and Carlton out of nowhere has won a penalty, and the game's changed. And it goes in at half-time level, and obviously it's there for whoever wants it in the second half.
And the visitors won 4-0 on Wednesday. This time they go into the break with a 1-1 tie. Las Vegas looking for another win against Sacramento. They beat them here last September. It's the top of the West against the bottom of the West, and we're tied at halftime. The kiddie pool's getting good use on a hot night in Las Vegas. Halftime from Cashman. A 12th goal for Cicerone and a 1-1 draw.
Friendly Ford says yes to you. Yes! Close by and up the road on North Decatur, just off US 95. Friendly makes it easy with a huge selection of Ford vehicles, including Escape, Explorer, Bronco, F-150, and more. Now with free pickup and delivery for all of your service needs. Friendly Ford, your neighborhood Ford dealership, minutes away from anywhere, delivering you the best in customer satisfaction in sales, service, parts, and body shop.
Friendly Ford, you get more.
This tiny payment thing is a giant pain. Hi, ladies. Alex from US Bank. Can she help? How about a comprehensive point of sale system that can track inventory, manage schedules, and customize orders? That's what US Bank Business Essentials is for. What about a new oven? Can US Bank help us there? We can serve loans in as fast as 12 minutes. That would be a big help. Huge. Jumbo. Ginormous. Woo!
Finding ways to make your business boom. That's what US Bank is for. We'll get there together.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
Time at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. An early lead for Sacramento Republic. Russell Cicerone, his 12th goal of the season, counted out by Andrew Carleton, second of the season. A penalty in first half stoppage time. Pretty good fight back from Las Vegas.
Yeah, showing character again, aren't they, to get themselves back into the game. Can they continue it tonight? We've seen them go two ways in recent games. One game they went on and dominated the second half against Birmingham, and then in another game they struggled and fell behind again. So hopefully the lights can continue to keep plugging away.
Las Vegas using Dawling in his second straight start. As the center forward, again, Kubo Torres no longer with the team. Starting center forward, Pato Faz, his competition, Achilles injury. And Darling gets the third appearance of the season. Now for more from our proud sponsor, Comprehensive Cancer Centers.
Cancer has changed over the last 20 years. It's really become a chronic disease, and research plays into it. Our new treatments play into it. We rarely talk about the end of life anymore. We certainly don't want to mislead any patients, but at the same time, there's so much hope out there, so many developments, so many new drugs out there. Comprehensive has 170 different trials open for our patients to continue their fight in their battle against cancer. For Comprehensive to partner with any sports team like the Lights is important because we want to show the community that we're out there trying to make patients aware, trying to make everyone aware that the importance of cancer screening, prevention, and the multiple treatment options that we have available, including research. And it's an easy way to get the message out. So I think Kid Cancer and promotions like that are so critically important for patients as well as their families. It allows them to normalize their lives, especially going through chemo and immunotherapy. It gives them a way to essentially come out of their bubble. And it's a safe way to do it. It's outside, it's safe, especially during the pandemic. And I think it's so critically important for patients and their families to try and have some normalcy during this battle and to know that they have the support of not just Comprehensive, but the community as well. I think it's also equally as important for Cash and any mascot to come visit our patients, just because they're like amazing people and they provide such boost and morale to the patients. Oh, hey bud, how you doing? How you doing? It makes people smile. I think that's the most important thing. And I think that's the message we want to relay to our patients, that, hey, they're not alone in this fight. We're going to do everything to try and normalize things for you and to make things better. And mascots are just another way of cheering people up, making people feel good.
Are you ready? Ready for more of the game you love? Ready for more players and more teams? Ready for more stadiums, for more fans in more cities? This is a different league. The USL Super League. Built for the future of women's soccer. Bridging the journey from youth to pro, connected to the global game, and bringing it all closer to home. Are you ready?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
News and notes across the USL Championship presented by Security National Mortgage. A 24-game home undefeated streak spoiled by Miami. What a run, Andrew, from April 16th, 22. Longest since Indy in August of 2020. You experienced one with Houston Dynamo at home.
Yeah, I think ours was a bit higher than that.
In the 50s.
Yeah, but that's the joys of being in Texas. I think the heat and humidity can really be a difficult thing for away teams to come and play in.
53 unbeaten for the Houston Dynamo, involving one Andrew Driver. The next generation continues. Fidel Barajas of Charleston, 17 years old, and Matthew Corrigan of Birmingham just joined 6 other players in USL history. 2 assists in a game before turning 18, quite the achievement.
Yeah, nice little start to their careers, isn't it? And that's the beauty of the USL Championship, to hopefully bring in these young guys early and give them a podium to play off to at a young age.
2 teenagers, high hopes for both Barajas and Corcoran. The USL on ESPN2 continues. It's an East-West showdown involving Tulsa. And here's the full schedule presented by Pink Box Donuts, San Diego and Colorado. And I love putting you on the spot here. Which one stands out? Which is your pick of the donut box?
I think that the Charleston battery against Oakland is obviously a inter-conference game, but Charleston have been on a run, haven't they? They're close to being top of the Eastern Conference and really pushing towards the playoffs.
My blueberry lemon is that Monterey Bay Sacramento battle for Northern California.
It's always California for you, though, isn't it, Mark?
Well, you're going to pick the most plain of the offerings. We had fun last week. Donut eating contest. Andrew Driver told the world his favorite donut is a plain glaze. All right, scores. Pittsburgh 4-2 against Memphis. Charleston on the road to win at Birmingham.
And then obviously Rio Grande Valley getting a victory, and the Lights are being left adrift further at the bottom of the conference.
Tampa Bay, a good win at home. Phoenix has a 2-0 lead against Monterey Bay. More coming up at halftime. It's a 1-1 tie here between Las Vegas and Sacramento.
All right, we get shorter and shorter. Come on, this way, young man. All right. What's your next?
Grandpa was a lawyer in Cuba. Dad was one of the first Spanish-speaking lawyers in Nevada. Alex and Orlando grew up with justice in their blood, and they've built De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury on a legacy of fighting and winning for their clients. If you've been hurt, they will stand by you every step of the way, like family, because family would never let you settle for less than you deserve. De Castro Verde Law Group Personal Injury. Our family will fight for yours.
This is the 2023 Nissan Rogue. With a surprisingly fuel-efficient VC turbo engine, you can go from 0 to fun in no time and leave basic far behind. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Anything but basic.
Now get the 2023 Nissan Rogue with best-in-class fuel economy among gas engines.
For over 60 years, AARP has empowered people to choose how they live as they age. As a wise friend and fierce defender, we advocate for better health, financial security, and stronger communities. We are AARP.
Las Vegas Light Soccer is presented by Estrella Jalisco. Enjoy responsibly. By Hot 97.5 FM, today's hottest music. By Great Clips, it's gonna be great. And by Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. Beautiful night in Las Vegas. We look at the first half highlights. First meeting of this season between Sacramento and Las Vegas. And from this right side, this was the first opportunity for Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento started the game very well. The really good interchange play like this all game. And Cicerone there, really good, nice little turn round. The goalkeeper did everything right. And he's striking an unbelievable clearance from Stelfa.
Now there was 2 Vegas players there to block it. And this was an opportunity early on for Luke Stauffer.
Yeah, we like that. That was the first real opportunity for the Lights. They didn't create much tonight. They've been much better in recent weeks. And it was Sacramento were the most going forward throughout the half.
clever little corner kick there. Look at all the white shirts near the goal. It nearly led to a goal, and Sacramento continued wave after wave of attack.
Yeah, it was just continuous, and this is where the goal came. A diving header from 6 yards out. Great finish from Cicerone and a great cross, and it was what Sacramento deserved.
Carlton earned the penalty. He took the penalty and converted his second goal of the season. And stats, possession about even, 8 shots for Las Vegas.
It's shots that, I think Sacramento were the better team in the first half. The possession looks even. I think if anything, that shows stats don't tell a whole story. The Lights had some long-range strikes, just not much clear cut.
Underway in the second half. Las Vegas in black, Sacramento in white. Western Conference leaders looking for a full 3 points. Las Vegas looking for its first home win of the season. You expect any tactical changes from either side, Andrew?
No, I think it'll be the same. I think, if anything, the Lights just need to be a little bit more, I hate to say defensive-minded when you're at home, but just think of the defensive side of things a little bit. When you have the ball, defenders maybe think, well, what is the worst-case scenario? Because we keep seeing just easy goals against for the Lights. They need to just have that, the worst-case scenario in their mind at all times.
And just be more aware of Russell Cicerone, who has 12 goals.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's what I mean. It's just we've seen games where it's just one simple ball and it beats all the defenders. I think the Lights need to try and cover each other a little bit more and keep that defensive shape a bit stronger.
Kept in play. That's Bushu tracking back to win it in central midfields. Preston can't quite settle it. One back by Jared Timmer. He is active. Russell Cicerone drops into midfield. He drops into the wide areas. He's on the ball here.
I like it when he's in possession. He can go left or right. He seems two-footed. He's quite strong when in the contact as well.
Goal kick for Leo Diaz. Just a loose ball at midfield, smash 60 yards and out. Diaz will resume. He's had a good season. He's been under a lot of pressure, and he's kept his team in games.
Yeah, we say that there's only been a handful of games where they've lost by more than one goal, and a lot of that has to be said for his performance. He's been outstanding. Kicking's great, and what has he saved? 2 penalties in the first 3 games, and that form's continued as the season's gone on.
Booming header off the big goal kick. Good challenge in the air from Zico Lewis. Now Lewis went shoulder to shoulder there against the much taller Timothy Zali. Now Keko will throw it in. 3 goals, 4 assists on the year for Keko. Was that another design throw-in, Andrew?
Yeah, you see the movements. That's a great ball.
Oh, it's over the top for Cicerone.
And that's what happens. They made the pick. They made 2 different runs and then into the space.
Tabor Tadaka pressed in, early ball, and it's dealt with well. Good clearance there for Jared Timmer. Doling in his second start as the center forward. He only had 8 touches in the first half.
Yeah, they didn't get him into the game enough, did they? The Lights. We know everything's going to come through Carlton, everything's going to go through Tabata Teka Preston, but it just felt like Doling didn't really have a position. They were playing 2 strikers up there, and he just never really got into possession at all, and they just never found him.
LaGrassa let it run. He picks his head up. And out wide to Timmer. Good build here from Sacramento. Into the channel for Cicerone. He is there. Cicerone trying to turn the corner. He's earned a corner kick. He is just in form tonight. Now he's limping. I love that every time it's at his feet, he's trying to make something happen.
Yeah, he's looking to beat the man, and this time he took Zach Carroll a run all the way to the byline, and I'm not sure if he jarred his ankle when he got there because he didn't come out of the challenge very well.
Russell Cicerone back to his feet. Is that a color boot you would have worn in your playing days?
I don't think it would have been. My first coach, we only were allowed black boots. No young player was allowed anything other than black. So I've always kept that with me as my career went on. And even now, I go play 7-a-sides in black boots. Should have been a defender, shouldn't I? That's probably why I didn't score many goals.
You scored enough. You scored plenty of goals. Corner kick there for Sacramento, headed wide. Leo Diaz will restart. But do you think if you played today, you would adapt it to the modern footwear and the color options?
I tell lies because I did adopt, because we got the free boots when we were in the MLS and they were orange. So the choice between orange boots or buying a pair, I was always going to go with the free pair.
Tell the kit man, I need some black spray paint for these orange boots.
Yeah. I did used to like to do that though, colour in all the white bits on the boots so they were all black.
A Ted Lasso question for you, Andrew, as this ball goes out for a throw-in. In that show, the kit man is shown to have a big role, especially kind of confiding with the players. Fair representation from your time as a pro?
Yeah, I think kit men have a massive job in the changing room. They've got sometimes they're the ones that are the butt of the jokes at times, but they can bring the team together because they obviously the guys appreciate them, and if you've got a good kit man, like it can be really good for morale. And did Dom Kinnear not say you were a good kit man at one point?
That was Michael Porter. From the corner, it's clipped in. And the flag stays down. The low delivery, and it's past the near post. Goal kick is coming.
Again, Ingram up there. Like, we've seen him in more advanced positions tonight than we've seen for a few weeks. And this time, Doling, a nice little touch, has drilled it across. It's a good ball, and Ingram getting across the defender just too far in front of that front post to be able to get any angle on it. But again, good from the Lights. They've started the second half very well.
Players often give the kit man an unreasonable request, something specific that they need to go out and get for them.
No.
Top of the box now. The flag is up, offside.
I've had some kit man that will not give the. So it used to be the last day of the season. You thought, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get my care package for the rest of the year, and you would have kit man who would be guarding it as if it was Fort Knox, and you sat there thinking, this kit's not going to get used again.
They would not want to give out the extra jerseys, huh?
No, never.
Now Lewis off the mark. Flag was up. Bermuda native Zico Lewis. Also played in Iceland for Bermuda's national team.
For a small guy, he leads the line well, doesn't he? He's got a good spring on him to win the headers, but he's also pretty strong and he's got pace. He's been a bit of a danger for the Lights tonight so far, just his movement and running in behind.
That's Shane Weed heading it back to his goalkeeper, getting it back from him. Now Weed, another start, his 17th appearance, 10th start. A lot of continuity in the Sacramento team, as you'd expect from a team at the top of the standings. And a quick throw in there from Bushiu. Minimal pressure from Sacramento. They're fine to sit back and wait. As Zolly builds with Carroll. There's Preston, lost the challenge in the channel. Sacramento back in possession. All sessions are confidential. U.S. Bank coaches do not sell products, and they are not financial planners. They create a safe space where clients can think about their future and where they see themselves down the line through a judgment-free conversation. That's how I feel about my chats with you, Andrew. Safe zone, judgment-free.
I do like catching you out though when you get errors in your statistics.
There's a shot. That is not an error. That is right on the mark. What a hit it was from Zico Lewis. Just a half turn and a smash and a baby celebration for the Bermudan. 2-1 Sacramento.
Well, we were just singing his praises a minute ago for pretty much the dirty side of his game, the hold-up play and the unselfishness, and then he just pops up and finishes with a goal like that. Real good play again from Cicerone. He gets the ball, a nice little dink, and it's all on the touch. His first touch opens it up, and it just leaves it perfectly for the half volley. And what a great strike with the left foot.
We were just singing his praises, Andrew, and he acts upon it with the goal, his second of the season.
Yeah, we were commenting on his play where he's doing a lot of the unselfish work. He's going up for headers against big defenders. He's holding up the ball. He's making some unselfish runs into the channels. And this time he just hits that man again, Cicerone, going down the left-hand side, and a lovely little dink pass into his feet. And any good striker in that situation takes the touch and hits it, and he's just done that. Brilliant finish. Do you know, you talked in the first half about how sometimes the lights are overthinking things. That's what a natural striker's done. He's just instinct straight away. No thought in it. Touch finish.
A little tussle there in midfield. Good work from Carlton to stick with it. And he's earned a free kick. Is there a sense now for Las Vegas of here we go again, another deficit at home? They did the work at the end of the first half, and now they're back chasing the game?
Yeah, we say that every week, and then they've come back against Birmingham. They came back and got a draw. So there's definitely they'll just keep going. There's no doubt about that. The attitude of the Lights players has been fantastic. We can comment on the little errors and where they go behind, but you can never question the work rate or their desire to try and get a result.
Cicerone with the assist, the leading scorer in the league, has 4 assists as well now this year to go with his 12 goals. Second goal of the campaign for Lewis. Again, this team just knows when to score early in games, early in halves. And now have 7 goals in the first 15 minutes after halftime. Second most in the league. Only New Mexico United have more with 8. Far side throw in.
It's funny how teams can have that ability, isn't it? And you can just tell from the beginning of this game, they just seem so professional. Their movement, their set pieces, it's just a well-coached team, and they're one of those teams that seem to just find a way of winning games.
Deep throw in.
I would say a la the New England Patriots.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Drop in your American football knowledge
exactly,
there.
Yeah. A team that's well coached and always seems to win,
yes, Yes. Arito's corner kick here for Ingram. It still hasn't topped ice hockey in your American sports fandom, right?
Not yet.
Corner kick for Ingram. Didn't clear the first man. It's Cicerone to clear it. And there's the goal scorer, Lewis, smashing it out of play. The other part of this, you talk about the defending for Las Vegas. It's game after game now where it's not a high volume of opportunities for the other team. It's usually 10 shots or fewer, maybe 12. And it's the second game where a few opportunities capitalized upon. And again, maybe it is that lack of concentration. They're not inundated with pressure, but when the pressure does come, they're just off enough with the focus.
Yes. And we talked about it going forward, and they're trying too hard. Sometimes defensively you can overthink things as well, and you can get obsessed with the man marking side of the game, and sometimes as a defender you just need to mark the space. And we've seen sometimes the simple pass, it just beats them because they're just not in the right areas. They're getting dragged, the ball watching, they're getting dragged into the positions that as a defender you don't want to go into. And the result of that is you kind of give some teams a few easier opportunities.
Total shots tonight for Sacramento, they have 6. They've hit the target 3 times. They've scored twice. Preston, good first touch. Preston crossing. Good ball. It was right there for Carleton. And Doling was closest to it, but he could not quite connect, and he is frustrated as he thought that should have been his first goal for Las Vegas.
Oh, a striker that's played every minute of the season scoring here. Tabata Preston, good as always. Great ball. And I don't know, was he just a yard short to get his toe on the ball?
Oh, Doling was right there, but just could not quite get the collection.
It's similar to the goal for Sacramento, isn't it? But Cicerone was diving in there with his header. A confident striker for me is just throwing his body. Like, doesn't matter what he gets on the ball, he's scoring.
And you were right, Andrew. You said in the first half you want Tabor Preston in the wide areas. You see the danger he provides in those wide channels.
You just want him with the ball at his feet and having space to run him. And I feel like the best way to do that is if he peels off wide, and then he can always cut in to get the shots. When he was playing the number 9 in the first half, it's just like the ball's just going to his feet, and he's having to. Well, he's not even getting a chance to turn and use his assets. Yeah, you saw in that situation, one-on-one, he's beat his man, he's put a brilliant ball into the box.
Erenazar and Zazu under some pressure. Now, the work rate of Cicerone is impressive. This is the league's leading scorer, and he is relentless alongside Keko. I mean, these guys are atop the league, and they do it on both ends.
But they do it in a smart way. They settle in, they get the shape, and then they'll press from there. And when you're pressing as a team, it becomes a lot easier. When you see guys running on, you can see guys putting all this effort in, and if their teammates don't follow them, it's just completely pointless. But this Sacramento team, every time Las Vegas gets the ball, just settle just behind that halfway line.
Here we go. Andrew Driver calls it a drinks break, and it's coming 16 minutes into the half.
So, yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it?
Yes.
It's strange how it's so quick. I'm laughing at the fact you call it a drinks break, which, like, how else do you get hydration?
I know it. I think it's a bit of cool lingo from you. The official term sounds very official. Drinks break sounds fun. U.S. Bank coaches will encourage their clients to take next actionable steps, provide a level of accountability, and connect them with experts that can help them reach their goals. 2-1 Sacramento over Las Vegas, 62 minutes gone. Touches in the opponent's box, only 9 for Sacramento. They haven't had too many opportunities.
No, they've shown a lot of quality. They've got themselves forward at times, but yeah, you're right. They haven't created many clear-cut opportunities, but they have been clinical.
Eric Otain has checked in. He's been a starter the last few games. He comes off the bench here for Andrew Carleton. Change made by Dignity Health Physical Therapy. Your thoughts on that change? And there's a long distance in on the wrong side of the netting. Boy, he is motivated. Zico Lewis, not long after scoring, he comes close again.
Oh, he's hit it well, hasn't he? Just on the, he didn't have much of an angle, so he's had to go for power and not too far away. And then going to your prior point, the substitution. I'm surprised Carlton's the man that's made way, but now you have that. You have the two wingers. You've got Oteng on the left, and you've got Tabor Preston on the right, and they're going to have width, which is what I've been asking for from the beginning, which the Lights have done so well in the recent weeks. So now that the onus is on Doling to be that number 9, and he has to bring those two wide men into play.
Sacramento very diligent with their spaces, not going to get stretched here. And they win possession, but then give it right back. It is Otenga's first touch. Is that hit from distance? Right off the bench, trying to make a change and an impact in this game.
Yeah, he's shown a lot of pace in the last few weeks. And he was starting to really come onto a game, so maybe coming off the bench he'll have something to prove, and almost, well, hitting a strike as soon as he gets on is a good way to get into the game.
Back for Leo Diaz. Andres Jimenez Aranzazu, the Venezuelan. Space for Stauffer. And Andrew, your favorite stat, expected goals. You love it more than all of the others. Say that jokingly. 1.43 expected goals for Las Vegas, 0.56 for Sacramento.
But where it's so false on that is because it was a penalty for the Lights.
Here is Ingram trying to get inside the box. It spills out to Mitrano. Mitrano recycles it here with Oteng. Stauffer off the chest. Frustrating there. The run was expected, never came from Luke Stauffer.
He just dropped the shoulder, and unfortunately it beat the defender, but it also confused towards Decker Preston, who played the ball for the dummy that Stauffer gave. But yeah, going back to your expected goals, it's as soon as you get a penalty, the expected goals goes up so high it becomes irrelevant.
The pass is off there. And this is where that confidence is in. It's either trying too hard or just the pass doesn't come off. Mitrano. Dolling drops into midfield for support.
That's exactly what you want from Dolling, though. You want him holding the ball up like that. On another day, he holds the ball up there, plays it back to the midfielder, and you get the runners of Oteng and Preston running behind. That's what he needs. By coming deep, he brings a defender with him, and that's where the space is. You get the space in behind the defenders at that point.
Newcastle's own Jack Gurr, a former Aberdeen player, will throw it in. Very high line here from Las Vegas. Cicerone trying to beat it. Here is Ingram peeking over the shoulder as he receives.
As the game's going on, it seems that Sacramento are starting to tire a little bit. And we know they've got a bunch of injuries, so they might not have the quality to come off the bench. So there's still a chance for the Lights yet to get back into this game.
Keko back to win it. Pretty good feet there from Cicerone, but Andres Jimenez Aranzazu wins it back. Now Ingram from distance.
Again, a speculative effort. This is 30 yards out. There has to be a better option for a pass into the striker's feet at that point.
Vegas have now attempted 12 shots. Only 5 of those have come from inside the box. Nice knockdown. Cicerone runs off it. Cicerone has options to his right. He slips it through, and it's a miss at the near post. Keko had the whole goal in front of him after a great build-up through Cicerone.
That's just brilliant. Lewis with a little pass round the corner. Cicerone running onto it, and what he does so well is he times the pass to perfection. He draws in the defender, and a bit of a wild effort from Keko.
Keko want that one back. Cicerone continues to be the danger man alongside Zico Lewis for Sacramento Republic.
Yeah, what Cicerone did so well was just delay that pass enough to make Jimenez Aranzazu think twice, and then the pass into Keko, it was actually perfect.
Here's a change for Sacramento Republican Mark Briggs. It's the native of Guadalupe, Luther Archimed, on for his 18th appearance. Young 22-year-olds. Replaces Cicerone. What a shift it was for the league's leading scorer.
Yeah, good night for him. Got a goal. He's been energetic. He's showed a lot of quality. I think the Sacramento have started to tire a little bit in the last 5 minutes. So I think the coach, Mark Briggs, potentially thinking to protect his star man, keep him fresh for the rest of the season.
Restart from Vidiello. And that would be a difference of, you've talked about the tactical throw-ins, a design play from Sacramento to keep possession. That is just a hopeful long throw that goes out for a goal kick. It's a loss of possession.
Yeah, and that's what I've mentioned all day. They just, the small details of the game gives you more possession, gives you better possession as well. Sometimes possession can go nowhere, but the way they maneuver themselves in throw-ins and free kicks gives them great territory and possession. The lights, just, you give the ball away, you're chasing after it, aren't you, in 104-degree heat.
It's a good punt from Diaz, really on point for Otang. Wonderful punt there from the Argentine Leo Diaz. That is a big weapon for Las Vegas if these teams fall asleep, but credit to Sacramento, they were back in good numbers for that.
Would you call it a punt if it's a zinger pass like that into the path? I'd say that's more of like a drilled pass.
Perfect.
I know the punt's probably the correct word to say.
Mitrano inside, Dolling, it's more central. Well, there's a lot of lingo for these goalie kicks.
But I just don't think you're giving him enough credit for, like, because his ability to side volley it, sidewind volley we used to call it, into the path of his attackers
sidewind volley, yep,
is second to none I've seen at this level.
Here's Keko. Keko slips it through. They were trying to avoid offside there. And now comes Stauffer.
Last weekend, let's continue to support our boys in black. Viva Life.
U.S. Bank named one of 2023's world's most ethical companies for the 9th consecutive year by Ethisphere Institute. That's U.S. Bank. So here's a fun one of lingo for you. In America, often known as a bicycle kick. Would you always call that an overhead kick, or is there exceptions?
I'd say overhead kick first, but bicycle kick is...
It's understood.
Is correct as well.
Yeah. Any soccer lingo or catchphrases, lexicon you don't care for?
The one that always confused me when I moved to Scotland, if a throw-in, they call a throw-in a shy.
A shy, wow.
So
see,
it's
I
like
didn't know that.
It's gone out for a shy.
Okay.
I'm like, what's a shy?
A throw-in called a shy in Scotland. That is something I just learned. That's why I ask these questions, Andrew.
That's why it's the world sport, isn't it?
It's a lesson that I don't need to be shy around you.
Hey.
Deep throw-in coming here for Las Vegas Lights, trying to get a second equalizing goal. It's Mitrano. All the way back to Leo Diaz. Keko. Wonderfully done there. He pulls out Zali, deflected ball. It's on here for the substitute. Arshamed has scored right off the bench.
It's fooled everyone, but he went to side netting.
Definitely fooled me.
It was one of those where it hits the side net and it looks like it's gone in. But no, brilliant play from Keiko. He's turned Zali inside out, played a perfect pass for Arshamed, who ran through, and I think it fooled half of the stadium. He's bent it round Leo Diaz, but unfortunately into the side netting and not the goal.
The only person it did not fool is Andrew Driver. Well played.
20/20 vision.
It was a fortuitous bounce there for Sacramento as Arshamed made the run. It came off the shin of a Vegas player and rolled right into his path as Zico Lewis is shown a yellow card.
Right fans, right now is a good time to get loud for your boys. Let's get behind our team on this one. Let's get behind our team on this one. Right fans, feel free to put your hands together. Stop your feet, whatever you gotta do.
Free kick here for Las Vegas. 3 in the wall for Sacramento. It will be Ingram. Think he goes for goal here?
No.
And it is touched and saved by Vitello. And well played. You wait for him to play it before you say he will not go for goal.
It almost ended up on goal, wasn't it? It was a nice little ball in from Ingram into a real good area, low and hard, and that could have gone anywhere for Arshamed, and good reflexes from the goalkeeper.
Yeah, shaky ball there from Arshamed. Nearly an own goal after I thought he had scored on the other end minutes ago. Marito's corner kick. Looks like the ball boys are giving Ingram some advice over there. Ever happened to you?
A few times. And they were right.
Corner kick from Ingram. Foul inside the box for Las Vegas. That is always deflating when you have a set piece wasted on a foul like that.
Yeah, especially when you're trailing a game and you're trying to get back into it. You throw all the big boys forward, and to give away a free kick so easily. But I sense with this referee it won't take much to give free kicks away today. He has been very whistle and card happy.
Another hydration break, 2 1/2. I know it's over 100 degrees, but this is the first time we've seen this.
This is 4th of the game. Is it a new rule that we haven't been notified of?
Yes, perhaps. Hey, we're all for player safety. We are all for that first and foremost. We're just pointing out it's the second hydration break of each half.
Yeah. I don't mind it if the players are safe. I mean, it does kill the flow of the game a little bit, but for me, I like to be a little bit old school. There shouldn't be any hydration break. When we were at the Dynamo, we never had one, and you just carried on with the game, you know.
Well, it does give an opportunity for some tactics on each side. And I will say for Sacramento, we've seen a lot of these teams come to Cashman, have a second half lead and sit very deep, very early, and it cost them multiple occasions. They have not sat deep. They have played the same way with the lead as they played at 1-1.
Yeah, there's been no sign of Sacramento going deeper, as we saw. I think it was Birmingham, the goalkeeper went down early, and it was only 5 minutes into the second half, and we mentioned it sets a dangerous precedent, and the Lights ended up coming back and nearly winning the game. So, yeah, the Sacramento have done very well. They just carried on playing their way of football, and it could go either way, but Sacramento still look like a top team to me.
Tyler Bagley comes on, replacing Alejandro Mitrano. Like-for-like replacement. And we have not also seen the time wasting from Sacramento with the lead. They've played as if it's 1-1.
Yeah, and I think that's the right mentality. Potentially the last 5 minutes you can get away with it, but it's a long half if you do it early.
Ketko wins it from Bagley just off the bench. Jack Gurr sandwiched off it. Good defending there from Otek. Ingram with Bagley. And now Ingram's lost it. Good work from Lopez. Ketko retains possession for Sacramento. Solly did well. Needless giveaway again from Bagley. Hard challenge. A clean one in the view of the referee.
Yeah, I think LaGrassa won the ball, but he's got to be careful. He's been on a yellow card since early in the first half. He mistimes one of those. He's going to be off.
Here comes Tabor Tazaka Preston. He's earned a free kick. Another yellow card show.
Yeah, clever foul, I think, that time for Sacramento. Preston's running at full speed. He's running onto your back four. It looked like he may have won the ball, but either way, you just got to say it. There's no way Preston's getting past me in this situation. I'll take the yellow card if I need to. Nice, it's the right decision from the referee. I think he was just a little bit late, but a clever foul, because the last thing you want is Preston at full speed.
And that is Lee Desmond, the Dublin, Ireland native. Desmond in the book. Free kick coming here for Justin Ingram. Flipped in, headed out. It's fallen to Bushu. Bushu surveys, clips it back in, and it's headed away once more. Good work there from Zico Lewis to keep it in play for Sac, and they try to break up this left side. Oh, nice turn. Free kick is won, and a yellow card shown to Andres Jimenez Aranzazu.
How many cards are we up to now?
If you are counting at home, we are up to 8, 4 on each side, as Jimenez Aranzazu joins the list. I like this turn here from Ketko. Just a little hesitation and go.
Oh, he's been so sharp, hasn't he, in those little situations. He obviously got the assist for the first goal with a wonderful cross, and every time he's had the ball, he's so comfortable in possession. He's sharp, he's turning defenders.
Top of the box, Bailey. Return ball was on, the run was not. From Arshamed. They will build out of the back. Zolly with Diaz. Carroll. (2-1) Sacramento, a goal in the first half, 31st minute. Russell Cicerone is 12th of the season. Ketko, the provider, and then in the second half, Zico Lewis, 55th minute. Cicerone the assist. In between, a tying goal from the spot. Andrew Carlton is second of the season. Jimenez Aranzazu, well-weighted ball, just slightly too heavy. A good thought there, but too far in front of Preston.
Yeah, good goalkeeping though, wasn't it? He's read the danger, he's read the ball through, and that's exactly what with a goalkeeper. He hasn't had to do much tonight, but when needed, he's come through there to put the pressure off for Sacramento.
There's a fifth yellow. Now Preston is booked. He may have clipped the goalkeeper Vitiello as he comes through.
It's he's looking to take everyone into the book, isn't he, tonight?
DJ Khaled reference from our producer Brian Duvall, but I'm going to embarrass myself. I don't understand.
Another one.
Okay, see.
So you don't know these songs?
Pop culture, musical references, not my forte.
Oh. Poor puns is.
Here is the restart from Vitiello. It's in the stands.
Not for the first time tonight. Not for the first time. He's kicked them out of the pitch probably 3 or 4 times in the second half, which it's not ideal for the team. It's funny, we see some teams come to Cashman Field and try and play from the back and play out. Sacramento hasn't done it once tonight.
You know, one goalkeeper I think of with errant restarts off goal kicks. Bagley can't quite settle your old friend Tally Hall. Great goalkeeper. That was not his strength. Goal kicks.
Yeah. And that's the modern game, isn't it? Everyone wants goalkeepers to be able to kick the ball, but it's funny. I had a goalkeeper, Craig Gordon, who when he was young, it didn't seem like he could kick it, then went on to a career with Scotland and Celtic and became really good on the ball. So it's something that you can train. But for me, if I'm looking at goalkeeper, I don't really care about his kicking. I'm thinking more about, do you trust him? There's another one. It could even be a tactic. You don't know. As a coach, it's
a very subtle way of time wasting.
Yeah, get the ball up away from your own goal, even if it goes out for throw-in. Who cares?
Good work there from Preston. He's earned a free kick. One more, says the referee. Warning there for Archimed. Vegas finding back here, trying to find the tying goal, another home point. There's Zolli with a long diagonal. And that one is going towards goal and challenging the goalkeeper. I thought it was headed towards the corner flag, but it challenged Vitiello, who stayed with the play.
Yeah, it was one of those that could have gone anywhere, wasn't it? The goalkeeper's done well in the end because he's close to his post there, and it's always difficult as a goalkeeper when the ball's going to the pole and without getting hurt.
Quite certain that was not an attempt on goal from Zolli. I think he's trying to play in Preston in the corner.
As easy for me to say, as a statistic, does that count as a shot?
Good question. I'm not a scorekeeper. I don't really know the rule, but
you do like the statistics, though.
I just weave them in there to make you mad, especially expected goals. Now, 2 coming on. Some young guns coming on for Sacramento Republic. Ezekiel Padilla is entering. And next to him is the 18-year-old Raphael Haurgi. I do love giving their academy prospects an opportunity. These are not full pros. They're on an academy contract, which retains their college eligibility. But nice to see the fruit that's being born from the Sacramento Republic Academy.
And I think that's the aim, isn't it? Especially for the bigger clubs in the USL Championship, to get a system. And for American soccer, this is exactly what you want it to be. You want young guys to get an opportunity at a professional level. I think America kind of lacks that with the college system, whereas in Europe, these young kids are going out on loan at 18 and are playing at a high level of professional football, because at the end of the day, it's much different to the college system.
Long throw and is headed away. It's kept in play and it's scuffed by Preston and out for a goal kick. Zeke Padilla just into the game from Livingston, California. 17, he turns 18 next Saturday. Early birthday present. Now played for Impact SC and Modesto Ajax. And this is a team that competes consistently in MLS Next Pro. He had a game-winning goal in MLS Next Flex to get to the MLS Next Cup for the 3rd straight year. That's Zeke Padilla. And the guy with more experience who just came off the bench, he's 18, also from Sacramento. He's the 4th year with the team. He's only 18. This is his 3rd season as a pro at age 18 for Rafael Jauregui. Just the 5th appearance this year for Jauregui. And this is an opportunity for the 2 teenagers to see out a road win for Sacramento. And as a former young player, what's that opportunity like?
It's just, you get a taste for the feel of how professional soccer is. It's much faster. The ball, when it goes out, it comes back in quicker. You just don't get to rest as much, and the ball moves so much faster. So it is, no matter what experience you get, even if it's 5 minutes, it's good for those players to get into that environment.
5 minutes of second half stoppage time presented by the Jewelers of Las Vegas. Cross from Preston. A little foot race here, won by Bushu against the young Zeke Padilla. Deep throw for Las Vegas here. Bagley looking to take it quickly. A change is coming for Sacramento. And the old Las Vegas Light is back to his old stomping grounds. Johnny Fennick. Another Newcastle native. We mentioned Jack Kerr from Newcastle, good name. I think Fennick is a fitting name for a Newcastle native.
Yeah, it's a good one. I remember him well from his time at Las Vegas. I thought he defended very well. It was a difficult season, but he performed particularly well.
Long throw in from Bagley, flick to the back post and cleared. Now by design, it worked out well. The flick came from Dalling, and it was Zolly closest to it.
Just a long throw into the box. That's what you want. Zolly getting the first flick on, and Zach Carroll following in. Well defended in the end, but good pressure to end the game for the Lights.
Fennick with Sacramento last year with FC Tulsa. Academy product of Newcastle United. And this is good from Las Vegas. Otang central, slightly behind Ingram. Ingram worked out of it somehow. Now it's Otang on his feet and just pushed off the ball in the end by Arnold. There's Zeke Padilla. Good defending from Stauffer.
Decker Preston being the last man defensively. Not sure that's where you want him, but he's done well. And the Lights ending well again. The character, you can't question it.
Good cross from the right, headed away. Good work in the air from Connor Donovan. Another starting lineup tonight. He's done well. Game's opened up here, second half stoppage time. Vegas has to throw numbers forward. A free kick is won. That's good work from the 18-year-old Rafael Jauregui. And he became the youngest goal scorer in Sacramento Republic history last June, scored against LA Galaxy 2. Free kick is won here. 50-50 challenge won by Las Vegas. About 1 more minute for Las Vegas to find a tying goal. Zolly. A good run there, but he cannot quite keep it in play. Good idea there from Preston.
one thing the Lights don't do is try something a little bit different. Do you know, would you not try and put Zali up front and maybe just go a little bit more direct?
At this point in the game.
You're in the last minute, and it's not even that. You get the ball out wide there to Bortateka Preston, and he's not really got anyone to hit in the box. But if you put Big Zali up there, at least it causes a bit of confusion to the defence. Just try and mix it up a little bit.
One last gasp here for Las Vegas Lights. Cross from Stoffers deflected, helped on. And it's going to roll all the way back to the goalkeeper, Vidiello, who wisely takes his time. Azriel Gonzalez had just entered. He was the last touch there for Las Vegas. He's a Las Vegas native. Zali off the chest there. Into the 6th minute of second half stoppage time. Oteng commits a foul. Sacramento atop the Western Conference and now moments away from adding 3 points to their total for the season. So it also pulled them even with Pittsburgh for the entire table on 41 points. Vidiello's restart. Full time at Cashman Field in Las Vegas. Sacramento goes on the road. They get goals on each side at halftime and a 51st career win for Mark Briggs. The Western Conference leaders now even with the Eastern Conference leading Pittsburgh Riverhounds. A 2-1 win for Sacramento. Another tough defeat for Las Vegas. And your thoughts, Andrew?
Yeah, tough defeat for the Lights. They showed, again, plenty of character. They stayed in the game. I think they just came up against a Sacramento team tonight that just knows how to win. They were very professional. They played very well from minute one and just did enough to win the game.
A good note there. First road win since the end of May at Hartford. They've taken care of business at home and eked out some draws to stay atop the table.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do at times. You're going to go through that summer spell where you've got some difficult road games, and we all know playing away in the States is very difficult. You're going all over the country. You're traveling for long distances. You go into different climates. So, as a team, but if you want to get to the championship, you've got to find a way of winning, and they've done that tonight.
Briggs exchanging pleasantries with Bortateka Preston. Save of the game. And it comes on this chance early on. It's a good save from Leo Diaz. And his center backs who sprint back to clear this off the line.
Yeah, Diaz did enough. At the end of the day, it ended up being Stauffer who cleared it off the line. But really good for Cicerone. Maybe took that little bit too long, but good overall defensive work.
Some from Stauffer, a touch from Carroll as well to clear it off the line and save Cicerone, who would go on to get his 12th of the season. Man of the match for Las Vegas Lights. Another industrious effort from Andrew Carlton, presented by Laborers International.
Yeah, he got himself involved, didn't he? He got a few tasty challenges, and then he got his just deserved by winning a penalty and then finishing it, and he's really starting to come onto a game.
We'll wrap it up after this. A tough loss for Las Vegas. Sacramento atop the West, atop the USL Championship alongside Pittsburgh. They come to Las Vegas and leave with a 2-1 win. We'll wrap it up after this.
Dear Eric, I want to thank you for your honesty and dedication while selling me my new car last month at Finley Subaru of Las Vegas. I've always been wary of car salesmen, often with good reason, but you've helped me redefine the stereotypes. You have welcomed me into the Subaru family, and I appreciate you treating me like family rather than a customer. I absolutely love my Subaru. Love, Kylie Carroll.
Maintain the love with complimentary maintenance when you purchase or lease a new Subaru. SubaruLasVegas.com.
Did you know that cigarette smoking is the leading cause of preventable death in the United States? Are you ready to kick tobacco out of your life? The Nevada Tobacco Quit Line can help. For free help to quit smoking or vaping, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or send the text QUIT NOW to 333-888. Make living a smoke-free and vape-free life your goal. For me, for you, for everyone, live healthy.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we'll be by your side through every moment of life's journey, from big life changes to small celebrations and everything in between, because we prioritize people over profit. Become a member today and have a financial partner for life.
As a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights, Security National Mortgage Company is looking to help you score your next big goal, buying a house. Our process is simple, with in-house underwriting, processing, and closing, keeping you informed from start to finish. With our Snap Home mobile app, you can look for a home, get financing, and more right from your phone. Together, we can outmatch the competition. Contact us today and let Security National be a part of your home team.
Are you okay to drive?
Perfect record. No one crashed.
Yet.
Dude, I've never hit anything.
Yet.
Please, nothing's ever happened to me.
Yet.
No one's ever had a problem with me before.
Yet.
Las Vegas Light Soccer has been presented by US Bank. By Nevada Donor Network. Together we give life. And by Cox Your View. Catch replays of the Lights every Saturday at 10 a.m. Post-game after a 2-1 win for Sacramento, the captain, Zach Carroll, greeting some fans on the field. That's what it's all about. Full-time highlights presented by Great Clips, and early on it was that danger up the right side for Sacramento.
They were dangerous all the way through, weren't they? Both sides, Cicerone on the left and Keiko on the right, and here was Cicerone's big chance in the first half. He did very, very well, but great defending from Stauffer.
Stauffer and Carroll clearing off the line, then Stauffer would go for his own goal just a few minutes later.
Yeah, decent effort. The goalkeeper parried it, and unfortunately for the Lights, nothing came from it. It was one of their good opportunities in the first half.
Really good build here. An early cross and a diving header for the league's leading scorer.
Yeah, perfect ball from Keiko, and those two were very impressive tonight. And Cicerone, that's a man of a sign of a goal scorer from 6 yards, heading one in.
Andrew Carlton, the tying goal, first half stoppage time, his second of the season. He earned the penalty, he converts it. And in the second half, it was Sacramento not taking its foot off the gas, and this is a beautiful goal from Zico Lewis.
Such a good striker's finishing it. One touch, bang, and then that's your winning goal.
9 shots in total, but enough for Sacramento in a 2-1 win.
Yeah, the stats are kind of strange because you would have, Sacramento sat deep, so the possession was in Las Vegas's in favor, but the efforts from Las Vegas, many of them were from distance, and you can see that from the shots on target, just the 2 that tested the goalkeeper.
Matt Peterson with Andrew Driver, the former Houston Dynamo, and now take us inside the training room next week. Is it kind of on the players now to kind of step up in the leadership realm? Because it's easy to go sour, a tough season, and is it on the more experienced players at this point?
They've just got to keep going, honestly. They're the bottom of the league. They've got nothing to lose. The Lights can now go into every game and just enjoy themselves. The signs are there. They've been playing so much better going forward. They just need to be that little bit less naive defensively, and you can get a result. You just need to cut out those little defensive errors.
Sacramento, a very good week. 6 points in a span of 5 days. They win Wednesday. They win tonight. And it's RGV next Saturday, an opportunity for Las Vegas to get that first home win.
Yeah, and it's one they're going to be looking at every game now. They have to get that victory. It's a sign of pride as a professional soccer player. You're bottom of the league, even though you know you're not going to catch the teams ahead of you. You want to have that pride and hold your head up high towards the end of the season.
They fought until the end. Once again, another fight back from a deficit. They overturned one. They cannot overturn two. Sacramento leaves with the full 3 points. The Western Conference leaders now tied atop the USL Championship standings. That is the league's leading scorer, Russell Cicerone, a goal and an assist tonight. One for Andrew Carlton of Las Vegas. But Sacramento leaves town with 3 points. For Andrew Driver and our entire crew, Matt Peterson saying good night. Sacramento wins 2-1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.